My desk was a mess, my thoughts were a mess, my plans were a mess. But maybe, just maybe, that's exactly where becoming starts. Welcome to Becoming Amber Rose. Hey guys, my name is Amber Rose. So I want to say welcome to Becoming Amber Rose. Today I thought we'd do something kind of simple. We just do like a get ready with me type thing while I talk to you about why I started this adventure. So yeah, I guess I'll just start with this. So I've had full life of just everything and nothing happening all at the same time. So I have a jewelry business. I've been doing that for a few years. I've wanted to start a podcast for a while now. Just life, kind of gets in the way. And so I've wanted to do it with like a friend, and just because I'm not scared to be on camera by myself, but it's not the most comfortable situation, I guess I would say. So I wanted to have a podcast with my best friend, one of my best friends, and we thought about doing it. We still might, but schedules and all that stuff never aligning, things like that. So I decided, I'm in this whole new kind of like a refocusing, focusing on what I actually want to do with life. And so I decided, why not just go ahead and start a podcast, do something to free myself. I'm a very spiritual person. My business is jewelry. It's crystal jewelry. So, I kind of wanted to do something that makes me feel like I have the freedom. I have a 7-year-old, so I want to have the freedom to live my life, do the things I want to do, give him a life that, I had a pretty good childhood, but give him a life that is exciting so he can build his goals around that. So the podcast for me does give me the freedom. And also, I think part of my spirituality is to share my ideas, share my thoughts with people. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'd also love to hear y'all's comments and your journey in life, because life is definitely a journey, that's for sure. So I just wanted to share my experience with everyone and kind of get my voice out there, and see what happens. So for me, what becoming Amber Rose actually means is more so like, I don't know, just growth, learning, just experiencing life, seeing where it takes you. There's so many twists and turns and everything in life. So it's something that's super important to me. Just figuring out how to navigate, how to teach my son the things I've learned. Honestly, I feel like I really didn't learn who I was and what I wanted until, I would say, after I had my son. I feel like, and I had him pretty late on, so it was like more so once I had my baby boy, I felt like, okay, this is unconditional love. It just makes you work harder. You have someone that depends on you, and you have to take care of them and be a good role model for them. So I feel like that was a lot of learning. So I started my spiritual journey when I was about 30, I would say. Just kind of getting in touch with myself, with God. I was raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, so that was an interesting experience for me, for sure. And it doesn't help, with that religion, that I feel like I was more of a people pleaser, that type of person. And I'm a Virgo, so I feel like I had to be perfect for everyone. And so I never really had that moment of self-discovery, honestly. Like, I feel like that came later in life, for sure, for sure. And so it's just been kind of trying to get used to um, being a mom for the years, and like I was chasing love, trying to do this, trying to do that, and not actually taking the time to get to know who Amber was. And I feel like I learn more about myself every day. It's not something that just you do one time and you know it, but I definitely feel a lot more me than I could have ever imagined. So now I'm just really focusing on becoming a better person, just doing the things that I really, really want to do and living my best life. That is my goal, and having my son live his best life too. So basically, the channel, what I'm drawn to at the moment is just kind of, I think I want to do some reaction videos, content, um, probably talk about spiritual topics occasionally, um, talk about my opinions on different things happening. Whether it be politics, I don't really want to talk too much about politics just because, like, I don't know if you are, but I'm a bit over it. It's been a interesting journey. I actually used to be all about politics at some point in my life, but that is no longer a thing. I feel like the greatest way we can change things in life is by like improving yourself. Honestly, I feel like that's a lot of the elites, or whatever you want to call them. That's not something that they want. So I feel like if we are on a self healing journey, just like healing ourselves literally, and becoming more in tune to who we are as people, and just figuring out what makes us happy and how to live the most best life, generic as it sounds, living our best lives. I do think that that affects more people than just going to work, doing all the usual things. Even if you do go to work and do all the usual things, I think that also it's more so smiling at people, sharing your opinions in a respectful way, being a polite person, being kind to others, being kind to yourself. That was a big thing I struggled on, is being kind to myself, because for me, it's definitely I like I said, people pleasing, put other people first more so than myself. So that has been a work in progress. And like, even with my son and stuff like that. So like, I've had to make sure I have a cup full before giving to other people. So I think that that is what we need to focus on as a society, as humanity, is just like, how do we make our lives better? Of course, that doesn't mean not helping out other people, but honestly, doing it with a glass full is what I think is the best way to affect change. There's like a saying, something like one person connected to God or source is more powerful than millions. And so I really actually feel like that is a real thing. So yeah, that's kind of what my plans are for this podcast. My friend is currently blowing up my phone. I have I have everything blocked to where um, nobody can call me, even though, like, on an iPhone, if somebody double calls you or whatever, then they can get through. And she's going off on me through text. I didn't know I could see the text while it was happening, but she's probably blowing up my phone. She said she's going to come to my apartment. Anywho, what was I saying? Um, it's just basically, you be the change that you want to see in the world. And I think that that will resonate to actually changing the world. So, anywho, I have been also procrastinating on recording videos for years. And The funny thing about it is God shows you in different ways. So, for instance, for me, my son, he started wanting to record YouTube videos, and he does on his tablet. He just records videos. He wants it to go on YouTube. That eyebrow is not looking good at all. What the heck? Okay. But yeah, my son, he started saying, "Oh, I want to do YouTube videos. I want to do that." And so I'm like, what the heck? Why do you want to do YouTube videos? But I feel like God has a funny way of reminding you, like, girl, get your life together. So, at this point, like I said, I was waiting on everybody else to start with me so it's not awkward or I'm not scared to do it by myself. But at this point, I do feel like I have a message and opinions that other people can relate to. And I have an interesting take on certain things. We have our unique, I'll say, qualities about us that can relate to other people and maybe help them out of a tough situation, help inspire you to let's go, let's start doing stuff with our lives. Let's stop saying that's another thing. Like every New Year's and everything like that, people are like, oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this or we're gonna do that, and they never do it. So it's like this is June the 5th, okay? This is a Friday for me. Nothing spectacular, nothing super interesting as far as time is related. I started thinking about doing this, actually doing it whenever I cleaned off my desk, and that's why I started the entire video. I can't decide if I want to keep that on the every single episode or not. But that's how I started everything. I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm sick of talking about it. It's time to be about it. So Monday, I just cleared off my desk and I said, okay, let's go ahead and get this going. Like, I'm a perfectionist to a fault in a lot of ways. So it's like, there's never going to be the absolute correct time to do anything in life. So why not just start now? And even though I procrastinated on getting on here today, I meditated, I did some yoga this morning, and I was just like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to just go ahead and record the video. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to talk about. And I just decided, hey, like, this is a whole transformation. This is new me becoming who I am supposed to be, my purpose, on this planet. So I figured, why not just go ahead and start here, showing from my beginning, you know, uh, woke up like this face and getting ready, and then go from there and see what next adventures happen from here. But yeah, I'm excited to start this channel. I've been, like I said, talking about it for a very long time. So, if there is something that you want to do too, I don't know. It's just easier said than done, obviously. And I'm not done. This is day one, first video. So who knows what adventures come. But my thing is, things can fail. But if you never try it, you can't say if it's going to succeed or fail. So that's my new outlook. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to make sure that your makeup is all the way on cue. You don't have to make sure your nails are done. You don't have to have like this huge, crazy thing in order to just start making your dreams come true. Just take that one step. But yeah, anyway, so we can just start doing is just saying, you know what? Nothing's going to change unless I start doing something. Nothing's going to change until I make that effort. So just do it like Nike, we just got to make it happen. We just have to make it happen no matter how scary it is or hard. I feel like with everything, practice, commitment, belief, All of those things matter. And if we believe in ourselves and we know, we can feel it in our gut, it's the best decision to make, just do it. Yeah. So anyway, I don't have everything figured out. Honestly, I probably never will. None of us will, But I think becoming isn't about having all the answers. I think it's about being willing to begin somewhere, somehow. So if there's anything you've been putting off, maybe this is your sign to go ahead and start it. So if you are figuring things out too, I'd love to have you here. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to help in any way or inspire in any way. Obviously, comments, let's have discussions and inspire each other, make each other excited about where we are in life and where we're going, because we're going big places. So anyway, I guess this is the end of the video. My friend is about to be probably busting down my door, but thank you for watching. If you are excited about your journey and my journey to becoming who we are meant to be, what God has set out for us, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, because we're spiritual here. We ain't judging nothing here. Nothing is off limits. All topics are something we gonna do. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. I think I look kind of cute, so I'm about to go do something with my life before she comes and storms. Before she comes and storms my house, because I already know she is. But babe, you look so cool. Promise you that. Have a good one, guys. Welcome to Becoming Amber Rose.